Welcome to the social science class, children. And in the chapter of Earth structure, relief, and motions, we have already learned about the structure of the Earth. We learned about the globe, and now we are starting with the continents and oceans. When we talk about the continent and oceans, first of all, let us know what is continent. Continent is a huge continuous land mass. Yes, when we talk about the Earth, it is a huge continuous landmass. Continuous landmass means it stretches at a long distance. Okay, and how many continents we have? We have 7 continents. What are those 7 continents? We are learning from the very beginning, and that is Asia, Africa, or you can start like this: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia. Okay, all these continents are huge land masses, and among these continents, the various countries lie. Okay, then we talk about the ocean. What is ocean? A ocean is a great large body bigger than sea. You know that sea is big, covered in large area. That water body has the covered a large area. But when we talk about the ocean, it is a great large body bigger than sea. It is bigger than the sea. And you know, all these three have the 4 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Antarctic, or we call it as a Southern Ocean because it lies at the southern part of. So when we talk about this is the Earth, this is the part where this Southern Ocean lies. Clear? So let us know about the special feature of these oceans or how these oceans are known. First is the Pacific Ocean. When we talk about the Pacific Ocean, it is the largest and the deepest ocean in the world. Okay. And when we talk about the Atlantic Ocean, it is the busiest in the sense the routes are there where the ships move from one place to another for the transportation. Indian Ocean. When we talk about the Indian Ocean, how it is known? It is known by the name after the country. Which country? Our India. Okay, it is named after India. And if we talk about the map of India, we found that it is lying here, just to the southern part of India here, below the here. This is your Indian Ocean. Clear? This is your Indian Ocean. So that is why it is named as the Indian Ocean after the country India. Then we talk about the Arctic Ocean. Arctic is the smallest ocean. Fine. And finally we have the Antarctic or the Southern Ocean. So this way we have the 4 oceans which we have studied. So now we are going to talk about the islands. What are islands? An isolated piece of land surrounded by water. Okay, so these are the piece of land which is surrounded by water all around. Like we have the example of Greenland. It is the biggest island. Okay, and we have heard about the Lakshadweep Island, Andaman Nicobar Island also now. In your previous chapters we have learned that in the beginning. Yes, and when we talk about this islands, it is the Greenland which is the biggest island in the world. Then comes to directions. When we talk about direction, direction means in which direction we have to work. Whether we are studying, whether we are working, and whether we are moving, or we have to find something on a map that in which direction that particular city is located or that particular country is located in that continent, or where is that continent is located in the world map. It is the direction which helps us to find out the places. So when we talk about the directions, the main directions, we have 4 main directions, and the name of that directions are north, south, east and west. And we call this direction as the cardinal directions also. We call it as the cardinal directions. What is the role of the direction? Suppose you are going on a roadside and you want to go to some place, to your friend's house. What will happen? If you are reaching there and nearby from the shop, if you ask someone that I want to go to this place, where will be that? Or that location? He will tell you go straight or move towards the left or right. Okay, go straight. Then again after that one more, there will be one house, and next to that house there is one hospital, and then you take again a left turn. In this way, that person start explaining about the location, or if you make a call to your friend. Okay, you call and say, please tell me your location. He will explain you in such a way that move in this way. So that means indirectly he is telling the direction instead of using north, south, east or west. Those are the names for the direction. Okay, so if you see this diagram, I have drawn the diagram of direction where I have already mentioned this is north direction. It is on the top, and below we have south, and on the east, right is on the east, and left has the west. Okay, so these are the 4 directions. Fine, we have the 4 directions. Okay, so now we will talk about the magnetic compass also. When we talk about the magnetic compass, we find out, can you see this diagram of this magnetic compass? You know, earlier when we don't know about the directions, or when we don't have the all these things, equipment, instruments which are used nowadays to move somewhere. Now it is very easy to move because we have the landmarks. Okay, big hoardings on the road. If you are moving, going to some place, Delhi or somewhere, and the hoardings are there, and in all the hoardings you can find out in which direction you have to go. But earlier we don't have anything. The whole jungle was there, and it was very difficult for the people to move, travelers to move. Even the sailors, explorers, they get how to know the direction, and they come to know about the direction, because when you are sailing in your ship is sailing, you don't know, because water does not tell us it is move here, or some plants are there or something. So that is your compass which help you. That is your compass which help, because this compass needle always faces towards the north. That means wherever your ship is going, or wherever that sailor or explorer is going, he is moving towards the north. Okay, even that compass will tell in which direction you are. Suppose he is sailing in the east direction, and the compass shows that the north is here. It points like this. So then he knows that, okay, I have to move to north. So he will turn the ship back and move towards the north. So this is the way how the needle helps. See, the needle is like this, and it keeps on moving as per the direction north is there. And secondly, it is a kind of watch also, where we have all the cardinal direction, north, south, east, west, but the main needle points towards the north only. Even the intermediate direction like the northeast, southeast, southwest, and the northeast, northwest, all the sub directions are also there. And finally, why does it help? It helps us to find out the area where we are going. Okay, so this is what the meaning of the magnetic compass, and this magnetic compass helps in finding out the directions. So children, when we talk about the motions of the earth, okay, when we talk about the motions of the earth, or the movement of the earth, as we all know that the sun is stationary. Okay, we all know that sun is stationary, sun don't move. That is the earth which revolves around the sun. Secondly, how the light of the sun falls on the earth, it also depends the motion of the earth. Okay, so when we know that we have 2 motions, one is rotation and one is revolution. So first we will talk about the rotation of the earth. That means earth has 2 movements, or the 2 motions. One is a rotation and the other one is a revolution. Everyone knows that the earth moves from west to east. From west to east. Okay, what is the movement of the earth? Earth moves from west to east. Clear? So when it moves from west to east, in how many hours? It takes 24 hours to move from west to east. That means in one full day the earth takes the 1 full round. Clear? So, or what is that round? How it takes round? It moves on its axis. Can you see this axis? This is an axis which is tilted at the angle of 23.5 degree. So now let us see how this rotation of the earth causes. When we talk about the rotation of the earth, we see that the sun, can you see the sun here? We have the sun rays falls on the earth, and we know that the earth keeps on moving. So the part of the earth which receives the light of the sun, I am repeating once again, the part of the earth which receives the light from the sun, so that part has the day, whereas the other part which is not receiving, if I hide this part, this is having a day, and the other part which is not receiving a light, so here becomes that part of the earth has the night. This is how, with the rotation of the earth on its axis, the day and night cause, because the sunlight falls on the earth. Clear? So children, when we talk about the motion of the earth, we have studied just now rotation of the earth. Now we are studying the revolution of the earth. Rotation of the earth causes day and night, and revolution of the earth causes change in season. And now let us see, you see in this diagram we have sun at the center, and the earth takes a round in the elliptical path, or called it's in orbit. It takes a round and it completes its round in how many days? It completes the round of the sun in 365 1/4 days. Okay, or sometimes it is 366 days after 4 years. Okay, so the earth takes 365 days, 1/4 days, to complete one round of the sun. Clear? So when it moves, so as a result the different changes in season takes place. Like here we have summer, we have winter, we have spring, and we have autumn. We see all the season, like we have summer right now, and after 2 or 3 months, after the rainy season and all, we will have the winter, and after winter, before that we will have the spring, autumn season, and then we have the winter, and after winter we have the spring, then again summer. So in this way earth keeps on taking round of the earth, because this is the motion or the movement of the earth, how the earth rotates towards the take a round of the sun in an orbit. So this movement of the earth causes changes in seasons, and as well as is also in this way we count the years also. Okay, so this is what we have learned today in the chapter of the earth structure, relief and motion, where we talk about the globe, we talk about the continents, we talk about the map, we even talks about the movements of the earth, and we talk about the islands, this magnetic compass and directions. Everything we have tried to learn in this chapter. Thank you.